Hello, Brother Blizzard. I am presenting my portfolio for the class as well as my final project today. So this is what you'll see with my portfolio. You can go ahead and look through some of the things I worked on. And for my final project, I'll go ahead and show you I did a Find a Book app using Google Books API. I've also utilized local storage in here. And I challenged myself and refactored my code into the MVC model view controller style of organizing my code as well. So basically with my app, you can search for any books that you want. You can search by title, author, or topic. If you want to get a little more advanced, you also have these filters down here, and that toggles back and forth. You search for a book. The results are going to appear down here after contacting the API. And then I'll show you how you can save books. My books that I save go into local storage, and then from local storage a list is going to be populated over here. So right now I don't have any books saved. So let's go ahead and see if I can find a book about dogs. Go ahead and search. I have my little loading animation right there. And now I have my beautiful book cards from the Google Book API. You can see that they have loaded all in there. Each book has its own card. The title does have a link to an external site with more information about the book. There is some basic information on there. And then if you want to know a little bit more about the book, if you're not sure you want to read it or not sure it's the right book, you can toggle that back and forth of the description to know a little bit more about that book. And then if you really decide you want to read that or you need to read it, that handy dandy little bookmark button is right there. You're going to click save on that, and what will happen is that sends it to local storage. And then anytime one of these buttons is clicked, my code checks to see if there's anything in local storage, and then we'll render a list of saved books over here. So as soon as you click it, it's actually going to add into the saved books area. There we go. So let's use that information I've sent into local storage. And now it is over here in saved books. Some of the same information has that description still, but now we have the trash button. So let's say you add a couple more books that you want to read and you change your mind, you don't want to read this one. It does kind of the same thing. It's going to remove that item from local storage and that information, and then it will re-render the list without that item. So now that is gone. And even when you reload the page, those items are still there. And again, you can do a variety of different searches if you want to go by topic or by author. Let's say we want to look for J.K. Rowling. You can search like that. And it will pull up books by J.K. Rowling. Or by title, we could search Harry Potter. And it just pulls up books. And you can choose, oh, I only want ebooks. Does that same thing. And there you go. So it's a book finder app. You can find books to read, save them over here. It is a responsive web app as well. So this is a large view, so you can see I have my saved books on the right side, and then there will be two columns of results. And if we go into the responsive view, I did make it have a large, medium, and small view. So here's the large that we just saw. As we get a little bit smaller, there's only going to be one column of results. This will be like a tablet view. And then getting a little bit smaller, this will be the mobile view. The Save Books is going to collapse into a hidden div with a button to toggle that open and close, and the content of that button does change now to show Saved Books. And then you can hide saved books so that you can still access the books that you search. And my code is written so that when the size is bigger, it does check, and then it takes all that function off of that, so that's no longer clickable. So that is the basics of my app. I worked really hard on making sure it was functional. I had a lot of fun, and I learned a lot about MVC and using APIs as well. As far as the course outcomes go, I gave myself 3s and 4s. For the 3s, I gave myself 3s because I didn't feel like quite mastered yet. I gave myself a 3 in becoming a person who enjoys helping and learning from others, just because I don't feel as confident in my abilities. So I enjoy helping others because I don't necessarily feel like I can always help others, but I'm working on that. and have improved a lot this semester, and I've gotten better at communicating um, my ideas about code and why I think something should be coded the way I think it should be. And then I also give myself a 3 because I haven't quite mastered. I need to keep working on doing the divide and conquer approach in my programming. I know when I sit down and plan out my projects and kind of make a list of the things I need to do, it goes a lot more smoothly than when I just try and jump in, because then I get overwhelmed at the things I need to do. Even with this project, that I tried to jump in a couple times and then I would get stumped. So I would stop, make the list of the things, and that really helped me out. So I'm still working on that. The other ones I gave myself 4s at. I feel like I have become more efficient at using my curiosity and creativity to solve problems without having the step-by-step tutorial, like we have in the past. And I also gave myself a 4 in using, being good at finding resources to fill gaps in my knowledge. I've learned that be a programmer, you need to be very good at Googling stuff and very good at finding answers to things that you're not quite sure of. And so I've done a lot of that this semester, especially when the readings or resources didn't always give us all the information we needed to. I definitely had to look outward to find other resources to assist me. I also gave myself a 4 in being able to troubleshoot and debug code. I've gotten good at using the console and putting breaks in codes to find the errors or find where it is messing up. And then I also give myself a 4 in developing and debugging programs using medium complexity web technologies. You can see with this one, I've used a variety, using the DOM, using CSS, using APIs, and working on organizing my code as well. I've done a lot of work on those different things, so I do feel like um, I've become a master, at least to the level expected in this course. So there's my final project, and my portfolio will be attached as well. Thank you so much for all you did this semester, and I hope you have a great rest of the year. Thanks again, Brother Blazard.